All right. An elimination match. Who thought we'd see him there so early? Group C's Dragon Phoenix Gaming's hero has to win this match to stay alive. And he's on Waterfall going up against Team Liquid's Elazer. Hero did win the coin flip, so he does have server preference for games 1 and 3 on the US West server. Game 2 will be played on the Central US server, favoring Elazer slightly there. Waterfall is the first map. I didn't actually read all of the vetoes. I wasn't paying too close an attention, but I can check those in between games and report back on those in Game 2. If you guys want that, let me know in the Twitch chat in between games. But definitely a very short map. So Waterfall, it's dangerous in general for both sides for different reasons. For Protoss, you often want to go for a Twilight Council build to get Adepts across the map really early. It's very hard to defend Adept aggression as the Zerg because there's very little time to react. On the other hand, you'll notice that the pylon's not in the wall, which is a little different for Hero, and there's a reason why. It's because Zerg like to Bane Bust on this map. Bane Busts and just Ling Floods and Ravager Lings, because they get across the map so quickly, they are very hard to stop. Ling Flood's probably the weakest of all of them. So you can tell Hero's going for a bit of a safer opening. He's also not probe scouting. Hero's a big fan of skipping the probe scout to get a little bit further ahead. And I think against Elazer, I mean, he's a player you don't really expect a 12 pull. Still a risky opening, but he will get rewarded for it by simply having more minerals, faster gas, faster pylon. And he's actually gone Cybercore before Nexus, so he's going to go for an insanely fast double Adept pressure. Ooh, this is a good build order, this is. I mean, Elazer's going to have to show us some real technical micro and handling to deal with the speed of these two Adepts that come across the map. He's going to have to make sure he gets a drone out nice and early so he can get a third base up as well. Otherwise, this Adept will deny him. Now, he sees all of it. He should know exactly what this means. And 2 Lings moving out. Yeah, that drone better get out there. And he's only on 2 Zerglings right now. The first Adept's not that worrisome. It's when the second Adept arrives that you really need to have at least 8 Zerglings. Ling speed did start on time, so the Adepts will only really get a few seconds to party in the Zerg space before things start heating up. Once Ling speed's there, they can get surrounded very easily. Good damage from that Queen. Now the Adept can always go off creep and try to hide in the main, but instead he's focusing joining up and... Oh, he goes for the Tumor Snipe. Not bad, but it does cost him a lot of hit points on that Adept, so I think Elazer's fine with this. He's got 4 more Lings on the way. A good cancel there from Hero as he goes... Second and third gateway into Twilight Council. Wow. Okay. All right. Very, very nice moves there. Glaive Adepts, or non-Glaive Adepts, sorry, just Adepts in general, shading on into that base. And with this build, he's going to get a very high Adept count, and he could push pre-Glaives as well. The Overlord just sitting on the Pervert Pillar. Stalkers says, I dare you to get off there, mate. It's kind of funny that the Stalker's angry about the Overlord being a pervert, right? The little things make me happy when I'm watching StarCraft, guys. Third hatchery is finished up. Uh-oh. He's going for a Ling pressure, and that could kill the Stalker, but it means these Adepts are going to have an undefended base. He's got 2 Queens there. Third, fourth Queen nearby. Okay. So here's what... Oh, he's going... It's a 2-base Blink all-in. Whoa. Hero is going for a 6 Adept attack without Glaives into a Blink Stalker rush. I think he'll fake taking a third base, or at least pretend to move out to take one. But, if Elazer can see the extra Lings, Stalker's coming in, then he'll know exactly what's up. The Lings are kind of on the wrong side. These Queens in a weird position right now. They are way off creep. Elazer needs to get back to defend this. These Lings separated from home. The Queens are up there. He's going to try and... Oh! Beautiful Queen block on the ramp! Elazer has so many slick tricks up his book. Unfortunately, his numbers are just not quite there. So these Adepts in the main are going to take down a lot of units. He does shade out of there. 4 of the Adepts go down. He only gets a bunch of Zerglings and 2 drones. And if Elazer can hunt those down, that'd be great. But he doesn't quite have all the Lings together. And I like how the Adepts kind of threaten forwards. The Lings are going to go over there. Man, 4-gate Blink. 5th and 6th gateway on the way. He's adding a 3rd Gas Geyser. Elazer sees the Stalkers now. He's got to realize what's up. He needs to pull his Overlords back. Oh no! Overlords in the middle of the map! A huge error! If Hero sees those and catches them, it's huge. Elazer needs to pull those and this guy out of there. And this Overlord as well. If he doesn't get rid of these Overlords, he's going to die to this Blink push. I mean, Hero setting up to take a 3rd base. But he has to pressure across the map. The thing is, he doesn't have a forward warp-in point. I guess it's a short map, but... An Overlord runs in and dies. Big mistake. Elazer needs to pay more attention to these Overlords. Another Overlord rallying out. Elazer has got to fix that. This would be a really silly way to lose this game, would be just getting supply blocked from the Stalkers. But it seems like that might be the case. Another Overlord goes down. Oh, good move though. Force field goes down. That's a desperation force field. These Lings could kill these units as well. He gets on top of the Sentry and the Adept, and the Stalker will go down as well. Well, Blink is a pretty good upgrade. And the Stalker does blink back to safety. The Lings probably should pull out of there. These guys, are they going to try to push in? There's a lot of Roachling available. If hero goes too deep on creep, he'll be in trouble. The Roachling comes forward, a preemptive blink to get out of there, and those Lings are going to pull back. Elazer, he's got the numbers, but remember, he's down on workers. The third only just starting back up now. Mass blink for hero. Hero is going to basically look to spiral that blink stalker count up while just looking for good trades. He says, I am going to micro you to death with relentless stalker pressure. And trades like that, very frustrating for the Zerg. As the Zerg, you really need to sandwich the stalkers to stop them escaping, but hero has recall, hero has blink, hero has really good movement, so it's hard to flank him. Elazer's trying to get a fourth base on the left side. Notice he's got a lot of minerals right now. He's building 3 more Overlords. He needs to build like 5 or 6 more, in my opinion, to keep that production up. Charge is coming in, so Hero's preparing to swap into Stalkers and Zealots with +1. More Stalkers coming forwards. 3 Roaches, 2 Ravagers, 35 Lings. More Ravagers will be required as this game goes on. Elazer is injecting pretty well, and he's got 9 Queens, which is a good meat shield to buy time against this. Hero, he's got a better set of units at the base, but he doesn't want to get too far out in the open. Careful, Hero. Okay, good pullback to the choke point. Nice focus by Elazer. He gets 3 probes. If he could get just 1 or 2 more and then pull out, that would be ideal. Don't want to get trapped in there on the ramp. He's got to be careful. But, oh my god, Hero getting his sentries out here is a bit of a mistake. You do not want to lose those sentries. Luckily, he doesn't. And quite a few Lings do go down in return for a few probes. Elazer's losing way too many Zerglings for free. It's all about the efficiency. That's what Stalkers are about, man. And if he can spiral that and get the numbers out of control, then he will be outscaling you in the later stages. Melee is on the way, as well as the lair now finished. Roach speed is the most important upgrade in this game. He's got 100 gas. Did he already click it thinking he had 100 gas? Uh-oh. Uh-oh, you got to start that roach speed right now, Mr. Elazer. He's got obviously mostly Ravagers being made. Queens should be able to save this with Transfuse. Where's the army, though? You don't want to be losing these Queens, man. Good Transfuses so far. Oh, he doesn't lose a single Queen. That's pretty slick for Elazer. If he can get a few of those Stalkers, that would be very nice. Does get 1 Stalker. 4th base already on the way for Hero, though. Hero is just using the Stalker pressure to transition into a more normal game. It's a fragile army that can fall apart very easily, but there's no massive army supply advantage for Elazer. Elazer's creep spread kind of pinned back in his corner of the map, and these Queens are still very exposed. That Zergling barely misses that army moving up. Force fields are going to be deadly on this. The Queen's trying to get out of there. The Queens are getting isolated. The Ling Ravager comes in. Nice Biles. The Ling's getting on top of this army. I don't know if this was a good push for Hero. I think he got way ahead of himself here. He did not expect so much Ravager Ling. Zealots on the right side also run into a big pack of Roaches. There's still no Roach speed, but the Ravager Ling on the left absolutely crushes that fight. These Roaches, look at that as well. He's going to get into the choke point. The Zealots trying to go in single file. Yes, the Queen goes down, but Elazer with some very good trades, all things considered. He's actually ahead in the units loss. Remember, these Lings are so efficient against the Stalkers. Even though Hero's microing very well, Elazer has had a good start, and equal workers on both sides, usually good for the Protoss. Double the army supply, though, and the Zerg hasn't even invested in a single Baneling yet, which inflates your army effectiveness. But, man, it's good snipe over here if he can get that base. I do feel that Hero's by no means dead, but with no splash damage coming in and the massive army supply advantage, he kind of needs to pull Elazer out of position, which it seems he's achieved. Roach speed finally gets remembered. Oh, that's a dead base. Okay, very nice move there by Hero. Oh, okay. Battery overcharge, cannon, and some Zealots trying to hang on here. Elazer's going to try to push into this, but this is non-Roach speed Roaches. These guys, I mean, if we're looking at the agility chart, these guys are off the bottom of the chart. Roaches without Roach speed are not on the agility chart. They are on the slow, bloody, really awkward unit chart. The probes being pulled in. The Stalker's going to try and chase this down. He's going to have to stand and fight as Elazer. I don't think he can stutter step away from this. The Biles completely dodged. Awkward retreat. Elazer kills 11 probes. He gets a 4th base. I think it's still a good fight for him. But man, he's going to feel a bit better when that Roach speed finally kicks in. He desperately needs it, and he needs to keep retaking these hatcheries and keep bouncing back. He can't get too stiff in his play. He's got to keep outscaling hero as hero repops up a 4th, is going for 2-1 upgrades. The queens are going down. Back to 4 queens now is Elazer. Elazer's going for a big baneling flank here. He's thrown away most of his zerglings, but with banelings coming in from behind, the Zealots need to do a spready. Nice spready on the Zealots there from hero. Immaculate micro for him, but the numbers are not in his favor. My lord, the banelings are like, yeah, we can just ignore the stalkers and go right past. No, he changes his mind and goes for the stalkers. I don't think that's a good idea. The banelings keep changing their mind. They're running back and forwards willy-nilly. The base gets cancelled. The stalkers are trapped. The banelings, they don't have +2, but the probes are exposed. And at least 9 of them do go down. The roaches and the ravagers pull back on the right side. The stalkers try to blink forward, though. Elazer has a 5th base up. It looks like he's going to take this first map versus hero. He is at a massive supply advantage, and he's played it excellently. Heroes, I'm going to make blink stalkers and pressure you across the map, but it's not really an all-in, even though it kind of looks like it, and I'm just going to take a 3rd build. I often talk about heroes builds being intuitive and flowing from one situation to the next, but I do have to wonder what he was planning with no proxy gateway, no robotech or warp prism to get this going. It feels like it was meant to be a macro build, but he just didn't quite get enough damage done in the early game. Elazer's defense may be just a bit better than he's used to facing. That's a good catch. Very good catch. Sentries and Zealots trying to hang on this side. Oh, one of the sentries already goes down. This is the last bastion of Hero's economy, and the last bastion is getting fire rained down on it. Acid from these roaches. The Nexus will disappear. The probes are trying to run away. The Stalkers are going to go for a bit of a base trade. But when you're attacking, headbutting into mass Zergling, that's never good for the Protoss players. Stalkers. Lings are so good, especially with +2 melee now. Yes, there's +1 armor, +2 attack. He's going to try and get up the ramp, maybe. Focus hatcheries, that sort of thing, but a whole army coming back for Elazer. He says, hey, you're on 2 base. I don't need to do anything fancy here. I just need to get on top of these Stalkers and defend them. And indeed, look at the unit split. He knows they're going to blink to the low ground. He's already got an army there to wait for them. Preemptive Biles way too far to the north. But wow, what an upset, man. Hero down 1 game and close to getting annihilated from the entire tournament already. All right, the last Protoss player in the tournament. All our hopes and dreams are on your shoulders. All of us little Protoss players are cheering for you, hero. You guys can see him down there. He looks a little stressed. I don't think he was expecting to find himself in so much trouble so early, but these next 2 maps should play out very differently. He did gamble a bit in that last game, and his opponent was very suspicious and had an army waiting for those Blink Stalkers. It's always hard. At that style, you're kind of hoping the Zerg drones up greedily. See how he changes it up in this one. I expect Stargate Oracle opening for him. Hero in the bottom left. Elazer in the top right, representing Team Liquid. So Team Liquid versus Dragon Phoenix Gaming. Now, what? Is he cannon rushing? Why is he sending this probe at this time? That's not early enough to block the hatchery, is it? I'm about to learn if that's it. I feel like that's too late to block a 16 hatch by 1 second, maybe 2 seconds. We're going to find out. Does he get there? Okay, 48 seconds is when the hatchery would go down. And he's timed it out perfectly to get there at 47. Okay, never mind. Never mind. Hero knows his stuff, guys. I should never have doubted. So on the veto note, very logical vetoes for Elazer, Moondance and Stargazers, the maps with free 3rd bases in the back, which Protoss doesn't need to expose themselves to take. He vetoed. On the other hand, Hero took out Inside Out and Cosmic Sapphire. Cosmic Sapphire is a big macro map. Protoss normally enjoys that map, but I know Protoss players have struggled to defend a 5th base if they ever lose momentum, so maybe just not feeling confident in the latest game stage on Cosmic Sapphire. Hero being annoying there, and forcing Elazer to take this 3rd base. Nexus into Cybercore. No doubt we'll go for some probes after that as well. I like that Elazer pulled an extra drone. A lot of people don't do this, but if you can just stop the shields from regenerating, the probe just can't do nearly as much to harass you. Like here, you just pull another drone to attack it and it has to back off, but Elazer not quite willing to do that. Second gas goes down on 21. Second pylon will be soon to follow that in the main base, and he's going to be going, yeah, out to the side, which indicates it's definitely going to be Stargate. Stargate players don't care so much about their tech being exposed on the edge of the map, whereas Twilight Council or a Robo, you'd want to hide that in the back to keep your opponent guessing. No warp gate research, so Stargate does go down, no surprises there. Elazer sees that the warp gate's not spinning until almost 2 minutes 30, and as a result, he can tell this is most likely a Stargate build. Link speed's on the way nice and quickly, as is standard for ZVP. And with no chrono on the gateway, you're not expecting the Adept to be very aggressive. He might usually just fake a shade across. Maybe he'll go across the map and scout with it. But you never really know if he's willing to actually commit to it or not. Now, the trick with this Adept shade is the Overlord sees the shade, but he doesn't know if it completes or not. So you can just cancel it when it's out of vision. And then as the Zerg, you might risk running a Zergling in, and it's going to, of course, run into an Adept on the high ground that blocks it. Stargate does finish up in the main base, and he's already rallied towards the Overlord. So he's going to use the Oracle to clean up the Overlord spotted with the Stalker, first of all. Let's see how quickly Elazer reacts and gets to the pillar. If he gets to the pillar quickly and then runs on the opposite side and tries to get to the dead space, he could keep this Overlord alive. But with how fast the Oracle is, pretty unlikely he'll be able to. Yeah, he's already so damaged as well. I doubt he does that. Notice how herO's trying to move to the left. So if the Overlord tries to escape out the back, he's not got his line of sight blocked. He even brings the Adept down to confirm it. Elazer knows what's happening, so he tried to escape that way and wasn't quite able to get out. Good moves by herO. Elazer, though, macroing up pretty well. He's got 3 Overlords about to pop, so you might be like, whoa, huge supply block. But pretty soon after that, 2 more Overlords will pop out. And he's got 4 Queens available. Spore Crawler in the main. No Spore down here in the third just yet. 2 more Queens are on the way, so a very heavy Queen count. Oracle and an Adept ready at that third base to defend. herO with a pretty damn healthy work account. He chronoed probes super nicely at the start of this game. He's now getting a third gas. Second gateway's up. He's making a third Oracle. Expect a Twilight and a Forge to go down in the main in the next 20 seconds. 4 Queens are up. 3 more Queens are on the way. herO, where's that Twilight and Forge? Just probing up for now off triple Oracle, nothing else. A 4th Oracle? Wow, herO, you mad lad. I love how herO doesn't really change his style when he's behind so many players. It feels like they play differently when they're on the edge of getting eliminated from a tournament. And herO's just like, nah, it's a 4 Oracle into Blink build, which this might even be a charge build, actually. Just the way he's playing it, I think this is a charge build. Goes after the Queen in the natural, gets one. No transfuses available yet. There's been a lot of creep tumors being placed. 2 drones go down, 2 Queens, and the Oracle's just going to pull back. Mass Ling runs in, though. Oh, that's a very good move. They find that these extra gateways, 4th Oracle popping out, will deny these Lings eventually, but not before a Pylon goes down. 2 Adepts. Probe does barely survive, though, and can replace that. Good usage of the Zerglings there by Elazer. He's down to just 5 Queens, but he's popping back up on the drones. His lair is so late, though. And charge or blink, we're about to find out. Which way is herO going, guys? I think he's going the charge way. Yep. Charge goes down. 5 gateways, 7 gateways. He is playing 3 base mass charge lot Oracle. This is actually a very powerful style, very explosive. It's also quite unexpected. You've already seen 4 Oracles, so you're going to be heavy on the Queens, which usually delays things like Roaches. If you get Banelings, they're actually amazing against this because, you know, you're so reliant on it. But just having a big enough ball of Roaches will do the trick. But after playing against a heavy Blink Stalker style, you're more likely to be more focused on the Zergling count. Elazer here with some good micro so far. If he doesn't see any Stalkers, he's got to start getting a bit wary. A Zealot warps in as well. He hasn't seen any Stalkers or Sentries. He doesn't see a 4th base. Elazer is puzzled. He's right, what is going on right now? What is this weird build, man? He's moving up to take a 4th base, but he accidentally A-moved the probe, so it's chasing the Zergling right now, which is hilarious. That probe's meant to be building the 4th base right now. Oracle's diving on the Queens! He gets 1 Queen, 2 Queen, no Spore Crawlers! Oh no, Elazer! He was going for the Polish Gambit, skipping Spores against a guy that did not stop building Oracles. The Queens are all gonna go down. Uh-oh, this is really bad for Elazer. All of the Queens coming in down here. That is not good for him. His Lings are gonna try and breach the ramp, but Charge is about to kick in, and that's a lot of Zealots. Oh, get out of there. Run, 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 Elazer. Get out of there. Run home. His Roach speed is not started. He's got a lair, but he does not have Roach speed. The Lings are going to try and distract. Right now, he's playing Ring Around the Rosie. Distraction, distraction. The Zerglings shout, but oh, Zealot force field. And they're trapped in the mineral line. herO with a savage build order, and now he's got a 6 Oracle counterattack against the guy that has no anti-air. Not to mention 19 Zealots, and Elazer's still droning. Elazer's dead. Elazer's building Queen Roach. I don't think there's any way he could stop this wave of Zealot Oracle. The Oracles are just going to do crazy damage. There's a lot of energy spread across those. The Zealot Oracle madness, 7.5 minutes, 22 charge lots, 7 Oracles, And there is no way a Zerg with no Banelings, no Roach speed, and no clump of Queens can defend this. The Zealots are spreading into the mineral lines. The Roaches trying to get back to the ramp, but the lasers on the Oracles, not to mention the lightsabers mounted on the wrists of those Zealots, is going to be too much. And herO, with some creative play, diving in, getting the Queens on multiple occasions, and just non-stop Oracle production was the secret sauce there, taking Elazer out in Game 2. Alright guys, going into Game 3, the deciding match on Data C. herO is blocking the expansion. Elazer goes in and just takes that third base on the bottom. Elazer in the bottom left, herO in the top right. herO has played two rather wild builds. A very weird Blinkstalker, was it 5 or 6 gate attack? And then a mass Oracle, off one Stargate, mind you. So just non-stop chronoing Oracles off one Stargate into mass charge lot. Both fantastic builds. But yeah, the first one didn't go so well. The second one did. My question is, does herO play something more standard now? Does he play like Double Forge, you know, Blinkstalker, Psystorm? It's a really good map to just turtle up against a Zerg player. I would be wary though of Elazer's Hive Tech. If he feels like he's got a good read on what you're doing, then he could rush Lurkers. He could rush Broodlord, something like that. So you don't want to turtle too hard on this map against him. Historically, Elazer has been an amazing ZVP sniper, but his big weakness is that he's very logical. And when a player knows Elazer really well, they're almost always able to trick him. Even in ZVZ, we've seen Lambo do that to him in the past. We saw like DNS do it to him in one map in the WTL, or the second version of that, the Casters Team League, Casters Civil War, where basically like you can show Elazer certain things and expect him to react in a very logical way. So if herO has that innate understanding of like, hey, look, I'm showing you this and I'm actually doing something else, he could trick him. Oh, I like this. He's going to go for a block on the natural. Elazer is building 4 Lings, but he doesn't actually chase. Oh, no, he realized that he didn't see the probe leave. Good move. Don't want to let him put that pylon down and delay your base, because if he pairs that up with the Adept then shading in, it's a real bummer. Stargate does go up on the high ground. And a second Adept on the way. Very Chrono Boost focused on the probes, though. Notice he's saving Chrono to use on Oracles as well. So it looks like a pretty similar opening to that last game. No Stalker, though, so he's not going to be able to get the Overlord. And part of the reason is this pillar is just way too deep. It's too easy to escape there. Hatchery goes down just before the Adept gets in. 2 Lings and a Queen. Should be able to chase that off. And a Queen and 2 Lings there as well. First Oracle is on the way. Extra pylon goes down in that main base. And expect herO to wall off with a second gateway and move out to take his third. Notice that herO has stopped building his pylon in the wall. He was doing that to get away with a single gate opening very regularly and just taking a third much quicker. But I think he's been punished by so many Korean players I've seen going for Baneling busts recently and just crazy all-ins. So it seems like he's gone back to a more standard and conservative approach. Doesn't want to offer that opportunity to his opponents. Here we go, Oracle diving in. Queens focusing down the Oracle. 1 drone goes down, 2 Oracles go down. Oracle will pull into the backside. Third Nexus going to plop down at 357. Not the absolute fastest, but he's going to send Adepts down the bottom. Shout out to Elazer, though, has the Watchtower. Let's see if he even has the attention to detail to save this Zergling. Hey-oh, very nice play by Elazer. And Adepts are like, okay, we saw that Zergling escaping. Go home, go home. We don't want to get surrounded. Adepts are very powerful units when they sneak in. When they get spotted well ahead of time, they become rather useless. Really good Oracle defense so far, but he doesn't have a Spore in the natural or the third. So Elazer's, it's the same as last game. It's the Polish Gambit where he skips Spores and relies on just Queens. It works a lot of the time, but if the Oracle production keeps up and there's already a third Oracle out, there's always a chance where they get in there and do some big damage. Evo Chamber and Roach Horn are on the way. The Oracle's going to try and all join up now. herO doesn't know that there's no Spores there. But let's see what he can get done. Forge, Twilight, and Robo behind this. Looks like he's going to be following up with a much more standard build this time. Transfuse on the Queen, and the Oracle's not able to get that damage done this time around. Their energy is still draining. Guys, their lasers are still on. They're not turning their lasers off. They're going to try and cancel the 4th, and they will cancel it. Well done. Not the biggest amount of damage, though. I think Elazer was like, yeah, it was a crazy fast 4th anyway. I'm happy to just send another drone out, take it. Melee upgrades on the way for him. And charge again. Okay, wow. No faith in the blink style after game 1. He's going up to 4 gateways, charge. Expect a warp prism pretty soon. I wonder if he goes for an Archon drop. It'd be pretty late. Prism is not very early. Oh man, good queen movement. I'm loving this play from Elazer. The problem is the oracles are still alive. So if he lets his guard down, this can always be like, wow, he's taken no damage. 3 drones, a cancelled 4th, that's nothing. And then the oracles like fly into one of these bases later when it's undefended and kill 23 workers. And suddenly it's like, oh yeah, it was all worth it, you know? So there's a real danger if he doesn't make sure he's really on top of his queen positioning. RoboBay coming in behind this, so hero will add disruptors as well. He's happy to play a late game here. And Elazer's going for a Ravagerling Bane setup. Oh man, I feel like after watching Dongregoo vs Classic and the way some of those balls were landing, I worry for the Zergs that are just shoving Ravager Bane into choke points. This choke point especially, once the gateway wall is up, oh man, or the one on the north on the 4th base here, I already am seeing into the future and imagining a lot of Ravager Bane dying to those shots. No roach speed once again. This has been a big delay every game on roach speed. I feel like it's a big missing piece of the puzzle. And this Archon drop, way out of position, is Elazer right now. He's going to run forward with some Lings, which I think is a great move for denying your opponent taking a 4th base. That Ling already does block it. He's going to try and run in. But he doesn't have too much at home. Only 4 roaches and 8 queens. The Archon drop got F2'd home though. The power of attacking against hero is that he will F2 his harassment units home. Big fan of that all-army key. Hero with one of the most creative control group usage setups of all time. Basically manually controlling almost everything with a lot of F2 usage. Zealots and Archons morphing, which should be more than enough to deal with these Zerglings, but they've already done the work. They've already denied the base for a long period of time, and I mean, Maulings are coming forward. A defensive disruptor shot kills 3 of his own Zealots. Remember, this is Hero won the coin flip. This is his server preference of US West. That is a nasty turn of events. 2 probes go down in that base. Okay, Laser needs to put it back in his pants, though. He cannot actually stand and fight. Zealot Archon does smash Zergling head to head. He's already thinking about a Broodlord transition, is Elazer. He's making an infestation pit, and I would not be surprised to see +2 melee. Only 1 Evo chamber. His Lings are still denying the 4th up here. Hero's going to take the base on the bottom. I mean, Elazer's done a good job with that, and he's way up on supply as a result. His income is fantastic. 73 workers to 70, but of course, Hero's not really able to mine nearly as efficiently. There are still 8 queens out. The Oracle's being full of energy means Elazer can't really push off creep. Oh, what he remembered to build a Spore Crawler. Shout out to Elazer. I was talking about those 20 drones going down for a long time, and still only 3 drones versus 5 probes in this game. Uh-oh, accidental Overlord rally across the map here. And a laser of Overlords is a term for when you way overbuild Overlords to get like, you're at 190 out of 200 and you build like 12 extra Overlords. He didn't do that this game. He's got the correct number, I think. 22 times 8. You guys can do the maths on that. I'm not very good with numbers. That plus the hatcheries, maybe 1 or 2 extra. Zealot Archon Disrupt is a very scary army for Ravagerling Bane to deal with if the Banelings hit the center. Oh! Whoa! Sorry, guys. We missed 16 Banelings running, and the Ling's distracted on the south, but he's coming forward is Hero. He wants to punish for that move. The Banelings looking for the Zealots. Oh, coming in from 2 sides. Massive hits there for Elazer. A Disruptor shot does land in a pretty big way, but there's no Ravagers behind it. Another Disruptor shot lands. Good spready at the last second. Elazer does not have that many units, though. This is a big army of Disruptor Zealot Archon. The Roachling trying to kite down the Zealots, but the Disruptor shots! Good spready, only 2 Roaches go down. Banelings coming in from behind. Another Disruptor shot goes out. It gets 4 Roaches, a massive hit for Hero. The Oracle's adding that massive damage in from behind, and it looks like Elazer just might not quite have enough production. Oh, what a devastating push. Zealot Archon Disruptor is such a scary army, and the Disruptors are just barely able to refill. The Oracles are doing too much damage. A spectacular push there from Hero. We're going to watch that final 30 seconds again as Hero does keep himself alive. Unfortunately, Elazer playing some of the funnest games we've seen in this entire tournament versus such ridiculously stiff opposition. I think this is like very unlucky opponents that Elazer's had, but he's shown us some of the funnest games. So shout out to Elazer for that one. Let's watch these Banelings roll in again. So this is a pretty big commitment. Even though this is effective, this is a total of, I think, 17 Banelings. And you can see, oh, he accidentally clicked in the wrong direction, almost let the probes out of there, but he ends up getting basically the whole mineral line while the Lings run in the bottom. But then we see the first disruptor shot. Oh, the first disruptor shot got 13 kills. Oh, no wonder this. I was like, this army doesn't look that big, and his banelings weren't quite ready. If he had some more roaches spread around the sides as well, that would have been huge. Oh, if he had some more roachling coming from the top, that might have helped. But the disruptor shot was massive there. Hero initiating with a big ball, and the Zealot Archon able to capitalize on that. Wow, very, very nice, man. The Oracles, once the Queens are gone as well, they're just killing everything. Beautiful play here by Hero.